Good evening. I am here in my basement shop, and it's filthy and gross, so I'm intentionally aiming the camera upwards so that you can't see the mess that's down here right now. Instead, you get a look at the nasty spiderweb covered floor joists from above, which also desperately need cleaned because they're super gross. Anyways, as promised, I'm going to unveil tonight the material that I'm using to build my floats, my pontoons. Here it is, 1 gallon milk jugs. These are what I'm going to use for my floats. Now you may be wondering to yourself, well, that's freaking stupid. You're just going to strap a bunch of milk jugs to the side of your bike and make it float that way? Yes and no. Yes, I'm going to use many of these, at least 36 of them, as we calculated a few days ago. However, you will be surprised by how good I make them look and how I apply them. You also may be asking yourself, where the heck are you going to get at least 36 empty milk cartons? I have a sister who has 5 children that are 5 years apart from each other. The oldest is, I think, currently 7. So they go through a ton of milk, like 6 gallons a week. I discovered on YouTube one day that this type of plastic, which is number 2 HDPE, is recyclable at home. You can shred it up and melt it down and form it into anything you want, and it becomes a super strong, solid piece of plastic. So I told my siblings that. I told them about that discovery and that I wanted to experiment with it and melt it down and form it into whatever I wanted. And so I asked them to please give me their empty milk jugs. And in the future, I will experiment with that stuff, and maybe even on this project I will melt it down and do things with it. But for the float specifically, I'm going to use them empty. I did not have this project in mind when I asked them to give me their empty milk jugs. But fortunately for me, I told them to save them for me over a month ago. These are about 1/3 of the milk jugs that I currently have to work with. As I said, that's 1/3 of how many I have. I have at least 60. I haven't counted them all. I have more than I need, way more than I need. So it's awesome. I got to looking at them, and to fit them into their bags, they squished them up, which doesn't work for me. So I opened one. I was like, oh, I'll just blow them up. And they very kindly did their best to wash them out. But they smell so badly of rotten milk, even still. Couldn't handle it. So then I started scratching my head. How the heck am I going to get these to be unflattened or compressed without putting my mouth on it and blowing it up? Well, then I thought of this. You see? That actually almost just made it explode. It squeezed my hand in here so hard that I couldn't get it off. Perfect solution, and it took like 10 seconds. And then to make them airtight, I'll just tape that back up and make it so the air can't get out of it. Well, I hope I've aroused your curiosity with how the heck I'm going to use milk jugs to make pontoons and how I'm going to make it look good, particularly the latter part of that statement. It's hard to dress up one of these to make it look good, but I will do it. Check out the video tomorrow for my plans on how to make milk jug pontoons. Do not forget to